Hi everybody, it's Kanesha from boldlivingtoday.com. I hope everybody's doing great. I wanted to make this video today because I had a lot of questions about my 45-minute work sessions, or how I work in 45-minute chunks. And thank you to everybody who sent me comments or had questions on my Instagram stories, and also people who had questions in regard to the productivity series. So yes, I am answering questions. So one question I had specifically about the 45-minute work session was, you really check email for 45 minutes? I thought that was an interesting question, and I had that question probably about 6 different times in regards to what exactly am I doing for 45 minutes when I check my email. So with my business, I get a lot of inquiries, I get a lot of information sent to me via email. So that's a huge hub of information that comes to me across my desk, and how I'm interacting with potential clients, with contract work, and just sending things out to people who are already subscribers and things of that nature. So specific to checking email for 45 minutes, yeah, I'm not just reading email, I am actually categorizing it, filtering it, sending it to the right people, responding in real time. So it's really interactive when I'm doing my email for 45 minutes. And I like to keep a nice and tidy inbox. So it's really important to me that I have my morning session for checking email for 45 minutes, and then my late afternoon session. And as you saw in the Instagram stories, I had a later in the day start to that particular work day. So I only had one 45-minute checking session for the email inbox. But specific to how I check email, I use Gmail for my email, which a lot of people use. So a lot of this information will be easy for you to translate to your own system. So you know you have the 3 different email tabs: the primary, the promotional, and the social. So you know all that information that I don't need to see every day or during my 45-minute sessions, work sessions, are filtered to those areas just automatically. And I encourage you to move things around accordingly. If something needs to be in the primary, drag it over. If it can go into social and promotional, use those systems to work for you if you're utilizing Gmail. And then the other thing I do is I have created some folders that are just on the sidebar, and one says immediate, one says this week, and one says this month. So immediate, this week, this month. And then I also have other folders where I categorize stuff, like for each of my kids, I have a folder section with their name on it, and then I have subsequent folders that were based on grade level, so I could just drag stuff there and then delete as needed. But specific to my today, or to my immediate, this week, and this month, different things that come across my desk that I know I need to do immediately, like within a day or two, gets dragged into the immediate folder if I don't have time to deal with it in that 45-minute session. It's going to take more time, it gets dragged to immediate. If it's a little bit longer and I have flexibility when to respond to it in that particular week, it gets dragged to this week if I know it will take longer than my 45-minute session. And then this month, all other things that need to be dealt with that are specific to that month get dragged in. And so that way, when I have my 45-minute session, I might use the morning session to go through the new email and respond to the quick ones that I can, drag the other ones to the immediate, this week and this month, and then move on. And then maybe in the afternoon, I'll go back to the immediate folder and take care of some of those things, or to the this week folder and take care of some things. So those are ways that I do daily management of my inbox and my email. The other important thing for me is at the end of each month in the calendar. So when you're ending the end of January or the end of February or whatever month it is, I go to that this month folder and take care of anything that has to be done. I usually do that the last 2 to 3 days of the month, because I want to start the new month all fresh and clean and tidy. And sometimes I have to clean up the previous month's information at the start of another month, especially after vacations, big holidays, and things like that. And that gives me a fresh open inbox. I can check different things and get on with projects. The other thing that I think is super important with email is if you are responding to certain types of emails and they typically have the same type of question for you and you'll have a similar response, I do have some email scripts that I have written so that when I have an inquiry about a presentation, for example, or someone wants to contract me for one-on-one coaching, someone wants to contract me for coming to a retreat and presenting or doing something for youth services, I have certain email scripts that are already composed, and then I have to put in details and things like that. So I can just access that in one of my folders that I have called email scripts. Super simple, not very fancy. Just go to the email script folder, get the one that is important, respond to the email appropriately, changing any of the necessary dates or information or rates or anything like that. And so it makes it really easy and simple to respond to email in that way. So 45-minute work chunks, 45-minute work sessions, I really, really live by them. They work well for me, and I work for myself. I work by myself. I do have some support. I have a very small support team, but I have to keep things lean, trim, productive, and efficient to get all those things done without being overwhelmed, without going crazy. And I really run my business on a part-time basis because my husband travels a lot for work. I have my kids, and I have fun things I want to do for myself in addition to supporting the organizations and the clients that I work with. So let me know if you have more questions about that. I'm happy to share my productivity systems, and then we have a lot of good information on boldlivingtoday.com, even though the website is getting a little facelift, so things might be a little wonky right now, but information always is coming through our newsletter, so you can sign up for that if you would like. And information is always posted on Instagram at Kanesha Baynard, Twitter at Kanesha Baynard, and on Facebook, Kanesha Baynard Coaching. So you can catch all the news, tips about what's going on in the Bold Living Today community there, learn about productivity, and a lot of other creative support resources we have for you. All right, thanks everybody.